Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. So look on the screen. We have here Malcolm Jamal Warner and his daughter. This age, I'm thinking she looks to me maybe like around 5 or 6. Little peekaboo picture. And I want to talk about, everyone's, it is major. I think in the community, I know I personally had something, a better expectation. I did. I expected a lot more. I definitely did not expect this to see and hear that the mother is filing litigation because she's not in the trust, especially given that the reports are showing on the court filings that, that's where the money's gone. But here's a bigger deal. The mom will have to get it together. It's probably difficult for her to go from a life of privilege and, raising my child to all of a sudden having to realize she may have to get a job. But the main victim here is the child. The fact that he did not put her in the trust to me speaks volumes. Okay. People can talk about how much they love you and adore you. But when there are assets that can help you maintain a life in the event that you pass on and you're not a part of that, then guess what? All the talk about they love you and adore you and somebody can have a love like this that exists. That's okay. I'll pass on it because at this point, it's really embarrassing. For Tanisha, this is embarrassing. It's embarrassing for him and his death. And I thought maybe I wonder if the mother should have. I mean, it's up to her, you know. Maybe try to offer some money, a compromise. But maybe the girl was like, "No, I would want $2.2 million." And if it were me, if his assets, if that trust is like $6 million, keep in mind, people, don't forget your lovely friend compound interest. The trust's been around 30 years. Can you imagine what kind of compound interest that does? So you think about the money's there. And I thought to myself, it would have been great if they could have, like, the mother had maybe, given her some money with the understanding that, guess what? This right here is final. But I understand when people do that, sometimes the other person, there's the fear they may come back. Oh, that was 1.2 million. Well, it has 6 million. Oh, well, now I want half. And see, that's why some people do not make a deal to begin with, because they know sometimes if you make that first deal, you can have paperwork, they can come back again. And so you're like, oh my goodness. So that may be an aspect of her not trying to make a deal, and also maybe try to shelter or protect her son's memory, his image. But out of all of that, I just think there should have been a trust for the child, because this right here, I would not want to equate his name with Dusty, but it should have been a trust for the child. You accomplished so much more than that. You know what I mean? Accomplished so much more than that. And I will say, sometimes the way men are toward children is a reflection of how they are toward the wife. Oh, trust me, you're not gonna try to convince me. This is like a great love story. Yeah, a love story with a sad ending. It really is. And out of all this, to think the child is 9 years old, she can hear and comprehend things. So can you imagine what the child? She's the biggest victim in this. Think about it. You're raised around wealth. You're exposed to that, and to think that it is highly probable, a possibility, unless your mother prevails legally, that child could face maybe a different lifestyle than what she'd become accustomed to when daddy was alive. Can you imagine being around, and even growing up, regardless of how this works out, even growing up, she's around all these rich kids. You're around all these rich kids, and you see them being provided for and taken care of, and then you seem to realize that, yeah, that kind of sort of was not you. That part right there can really, really hurt. Yeah. Just imagine you're around all these kids and their parents are dishing out and giving, giving, giving. It's enough that your father is not here, but then to think that, wow, even in his death, you weren't provided for, that right there, it is so embarrassing. Man, where's the college fund at? What are you doing? Where's the college fund, the private school fund for her? Money for insurance, everyday living expenses. Is the trust going to issue a check? I don't think so. Nah. So can you imagine her having to hear all this? Oh, he don't leave it with any money. You don't think parents are talking just like we're talking? You don't think kids hear them talking? What if there are events in the summer, maybe a summer camp, that she's normally going to and right now she cannot? Why is that? Because corrective action was not taken. Provisions were not provided. See, the biggest victim in this case is not going to be the mama's going to be okay. She's owed the trust. Come on. Think a half sister. She's getting 50% of the money of the assets. And 50% to the late father, well, that tells me that whatever his, that 15% is just sitting there in that trust, accumulating interest and wealth. But the one who's going to be mainly affected by it is going to be the child. Because depending on what assets or the finances of the mother, that's going to dictate the child's life going forward. Depending on what the mother gets, that can be a major indicator of how the child will move going forward. But it also lets you know there is a major issue when it comes to men and children. Some people don't value children, even the ones that are wealthy and we think are so cool. I thought it was a pretty cool guy. I never heard any drama about him, And then to find out this, I don't care what you say. I mean, we can all agree, disagree. It shows you the value. And it's also showing that this right here just kind of exemplifies how we're seeing when it comes to poor and some middle class, even rich, some of these men still don't value family. Still don't value family. I knew a lady, she had one child. I was in a relationship and the man did very well. Oh yeah, he was making very nice money. She worked full time, had the daughter, and she was getting her child support. And expenses running, the kid wanted to do this and that, and it was a big fight just for the child support itself because he didn't want to pay. He did not want to pay. She asked him, a man clocking six figures, she asked him, hey, I've been taking off work, yada, 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 and, we got the insurance, but the medication, and I'm running a little short for $35. And he said no. And that was for another prescription. She'd been taking off work and staying home with the child. The child got real sick, man, like something like bronchitis or pneumonia, something like that. I was like, whoa. So she'd been taking off work, using her sick days, vacation days, taking the child to the doctor, then having to stay home. Then, money ran short. Simply asked him, I couldn't believe, $35 for his daughter, and he said no. What is it? He doesn't value. He really doesn't value the mother, because he wouldn't even have, he would never do that. He doesn't even value the mom, if we're going to be honest about it. He doesn't value her. Nah, he doesn't. He simply does not value the mother. It's just the woman he met, they got together and she got pregnant. But to think, this is his daughter in sickness, and he said no. That tells you all you need to know about that man. And then when some woman gets with him, well, that's between him and the baby mother and her. Well, that's them. Don't worry, it's gonna come your way too. Like I said, the wife, if you ask me, she got the same thing as Regina King, put out. Regina King with the son put out of the house. Well, guess what? This woman's put out, and matter of fact, she never was in like she thought, because she's out that trust. And the provision isn't made, she can be out that house. It's the same thing. So what? It's people. It's people. The character or lack thereof. And who hurts the most? I think it's the children. Because understand, it's this person's DNA walking around. This is his DNA walking around her too, and you didn't make provision for it? Really? Like I told them, nobody wants to hear about your baby daddy. That's what he is. Because a man that works, he can take care of himself, but not his child. Stop making excuses. You're trying to make all these excuses. He's got to get himself together. When women get pregnant and have that child, they don't have a choice. You either get it together or you don't. And then they change, and the relationship changes. And then the man acts real strange. It's not the same. And he gone down memory lane. So this year, who's going to hurt more so? It'll be the child to know that her father had this, and don't get me wrong, she may get a start, if anything, it might be a good chance for her to maybe start auditioning as Malcolm Jamal Warner while it's still hot, 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 hot. Might be a good chance to start the auditioning role in acting classes. Somebody will give her a chance. I guarantee you they will. They'll give her a chance. I do believe it might be a good chance to start modeling. On his name alone, my gosh, is business. Hello, we live in a capitalist society. She might find herself on a show. And people are definitely going to watch because of his name. So, mama, start thinking, sweetie. Use that PhD. I don't mean play a hater degree. Start thinking now. What are you going to do? Job counseling sessions? Let the lawyers handle this matter? Like a little cutie? Modeling, maybe acting? Start thinking. Gotta start moving. Gotta start planning. But yeah, can you imagine? And especially, kids can be cruel too. Oh yeah, her dad, he's gone. He leave her any money. So are you broke? You think kids won't do that? Don't forget, the kids are pretty much a reflection of the parent. It's a many me walking around here. So why didn't your dad leave your mom any money? Are y'all broke? Are you coming to summer camp or you can't afford to come? You think she can't see on the internet what's going on? So who will suffer the most? It's the child. Why do you think so many kids now? Some, they start to act out. Why? A parent is missing, a parent is gone, a parent has never been there, and they're asking why. They want to know why. And even if they don't ask why, it's still there. So they're angry. Young boys, teenagers, and then he and the mother are having it out because his father is not there. The man doesn't, unless he's deceased or on a submarine at the extended stay jail or something out of the country. You can still be there. Communication phone. The man is not there because the man does not care. You don't think the kids realize it? Just abandon me. You don't think this caused some of the damage? Like the man said, this right here, you want to talk about the YNs? Yeah. Well, the YN is here because of an ON, a woman and an ON. That's why they're here. All this acting out can be behavioral problems. So you don't think kids can be mean? So why are you not leaving any money? Oh, what are you going to do? And it's really a shocker. Like I said, in my opinion, it's a stain on his name because it's feeding into, you can get upset if you want to, and that's fine, but I'm going to tell you my truth. It's feeding into a stereotype. It is. It's feeding into, to me, it is feeding into a stereotype. It is. The letter starts with letter D. And do you think other people in that realm, a lot of them don't have life insurance? With some people, it's pretty much basic. Not saying everybody does, but with some people, it's pretty much basic. That's what they do when they handle things. And now all this going on behind the scenes, we didn't know. Again, when I heard about it with you guys in the comments, I had to go and research. Virginia, what? He dated some other women in the community, of our community. But who will hurt more so? The world is watching, and so is the child. Had to go to court. The relationship between them and grandma is truly strange, if there ever was one. Like I said, that part, I can't find any videos with them together or saying we mourn together. We celebrate, we're going to celebrate his birthday or whatever, together. So now that leads me to believe I don't see how the child is going to be visiting the grandmother given this litigation situation. I just don't. And especially if the grandmother hasn't offered up a dime. I mean, really? Come on. You can put in a trust for the child, but if the grandmother hasn't offered up a dime and they need something, I mean, Miss Pamela, are we really going to do that to a child? I just couldn't. That would break my heart. I just could not. If it were up to me, I'm like, we have to have money for the child. We just have to. We just have to. So yeah, this here, the biggest victim is going to be the child, and especially around other people that know how to leave legacies, and then you grow up and realize, the legacy, that part, it escaped me. That's major. It's embarrassing. As she gets older, this will be embarrassing. But yeah, that would be my main concern, is the child. Me, I'm a daddy's girl. My daddy was a provider. When he left her, he left some money to my mother, and they were divorced. A life insurance policy. So this here, who's going to hurt more so? The young child. What kind of memory is this? Sure, she'll remember good things about her dad, I'm sure. But this here, that kind of cloud, as you get older, it's like those videos you see, especially people in our community, they'll be saying they get out and they see the world and realize sometimes how other families do, other people are doing. And don't forget, there are cultures within cultures, and they realize that, the way I grew up, this was not really the best environment. Parents to make the best decisions, and they feel some type of way. Guess what? Don't be surprised. That could be her one day. The wife, the fact that he promised those things and he didn't deliver. Honey, you have a PhD. You can't figure it out. You have a PhD. You don't know. You have a PhD. All this time together, just talk. He didn't. People do what they want to do, and that's all I gotta say. You saw how he was about the syndication on the Malcolm and Eddie show. 100-episode syndication, planning, strategizing. No matter how we feel about each other, they just want to get that money, get that bag. Why? But that's what he wanted to do. He's a businessman. He wasn't slow. Are you kidding me? Far from it. Controlling and protecting his assets. But when it comes to the kids, nah, it's not acceptable. And I'm afraid she will face some hurt. She's a 9-year-old child, but kids, listen, like I said, look on the internet, on these sometimes YouTube and TikTok videos, they'll be talking about how they remember this, that, and they're like, all the no contact. The no contact comes from things that happen that they did not like, and they figure, you know what? It is so dangerous and so toxic. I'm going on with my life. That's where the no contact comes from. So don't think this is just going to blow over. No, it'll still be there in her mind. It all needs to, if they can try to get it resolved quickly. I hate it went to litigation. The mom and the daughter-in-law, you don't have to like each other. You don't. But there's someone that is more important than both of them, and that is the child. It's enough for her to have to grow up without a dad. I cannot imagine a life without my father. I just can't, oh my God. I just cannot, So it's enough. As a daddy's girl, it's enough to have her to grow up without that. It's so young. But the stain on the name, I just wish they could have come to some kind of agreement. Even though he didn't come through with the prenup, if they had come to some kind of agreement for the sake of the child. That's who will be really hurting here. And that's the part that's sad. Anyway, thanks for listening. Let me know what you all think. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share them out.